Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone, and we're turning our attention now to international football because the South American World Cup qualifying resumed on Thursday night with 3 matches to kick off round 13. Currently, Ecuador and Venezuela are locked in battle at the Rodrigo Paz Delgado Stadium in Quito, with the scoreline reading 2-0 to Ecuador in the 86th minute. Now, round 13 will be completed tonight when Uruguay take on Argentina at the Centenario Stadium in Montevideo. You can catch the action on SportsMax 2 starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. That will be 6:30 in Jamaica. Juan Giarango has been following the South American World Cup qualifiers, and he joins us now. Before we talk about the Uruguay-Argentina clash, Brazil left it late last night against Colombia to get a massive 3 points. Vinicius Jr. on target for them there. And Juan, any thoughts on Brazil and their current status in world qualifying for CONMEBOL? They're third in the table at the moment. Your thoughts on how they performed last night?
Yeah, you had to start there, didn't you? But yeah, Brazil have a lot of problems. In Brazil, it's not just Brazil being able to find the right moment at the right time, but Colombia allowing a team that depends a great deal on individual play to allow individual play. And that's one of the main reasons why Colombia ended up losing yesterday. It was the lack of pressure early on, not pressuring properly, as you see that ball from Bruno Guimaraes come right through, finds Vinicius Jr., of course, the penalty. Brazil then, as soon as they're pressured, all of a sudden they can't get out of their own final third of the pitch, and Colombia ends up equalizing. But the inability of Colombia to close out matches, because we saw it last night against Brazil. We saw it in Montevideo against Uruguay, where it's 2-2, and all of a sudden, in the very last touch of the ball, Uruguay ends up winning. And we saw it again in the Copa America final. So it's very thematic when it comes to Colombia in terms of them kind of collapsing in the last few minutes. But Brazil, it's worrisome. They've gotten the result, and if you look at all the papers in Brazil right now, they're criticizing what Dorival Jr. has been more than unable to do.
So Colombia not living up to their possibilities. Your wife is Colombian, isn't she, Juan?
No, she said, thank God I'm not today.
Oh,
but no, she's from Argentina.
Oh, she's from Argentina.
Yeah. So
okay,
imagine that. Yeah.
I just wondered if she was Colombian. I thought so. So I thought you would have had a pacifying job to do last night, which I suspect you're fairly good at.
I had a lot of rubbing in, I guess you could say, more than anything else. You know, that's what's family there for, right? But
tonight though, Juan, Argentina are in action. They are without Lionel Messi, but the reports are suggesting that as World Cup qualifying leaders in CONMEBOL, they are not desperately in need of Messi's presence. And there is a general feeling that the team at the moment has the capacity to function really well without him.
That we shall. Well, the first part, I think many people will start agreeing with you. The second part is where you end up seeing that this team is one of those squads being looked at as a transition. Because one thing that we can say, yeah, Messi's important to Argentina, but there's another reality. Messi's going to turn 38 in about 3 months' time. So that is also a very stark reality that's starting to face Argentina right now. I can give you the lineup right now because it just got confirmed. Dibu Martinez in goal, Molina, Cuti Romero, Otamendi, Tagliafico, back line of 4. Giuliano Simeone ends up getting the call, the player from Atletico Madrid. Enzo Fernandez and McAllister. Thiago Almada gets the start because no Rodrigo de Paul. We've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks here on the zone about de Paul having a knock, and he's been not even 100%, not even 80% in terms of health. So Thiago Almada gets the start. Nico Gonzalez and Julian Alvarez will be the starting 11 for Argentina today.
Yeah, Argentina looks like they can get the job done without Messi, right? Their next two fixtures would be Uruguay and Brazil. Do you think they're safe?
Well, in terms of qualifying for the World Cup, yeah. I mean, they should be. As a matter of fact, let's say they do end up winning both matches, they qualify automatically to the World Cup. So basically, yeah, in that sense, yes. In terms of a performance, aspect, well, we have to see. I mean, there's a lot of wait and see. There's a lot of things that are being talked about. Okay, who's going to take over as Messi, if you will? Who's going to be that player that's going to pull the strings in the middle? Who's replacing Rodrigo de Paul because he ends up being that motor in the middle? And Uruguay is pretty amped up about this match as well. Over 580 policemen are going to be as part of a safety operation that's going to be done around the Estadio Centenario. I can give you Uruguay's lineup as well whenever you want me to give it to you. But Uruguay also looking to kind of turn things around and take some momentum after that win against Colombia in the last FIFA date as well.
Yeah, well, we're pretty much out of time, Juan, so we won't take the Uruguay. The game will be live on SportsMax coming up at 6:30 Jamaica time, 7:30 in the Eastern Caribbean. So our Argentina fans, Ramarek among them, will be anxious to see kickoff at just about 40 minutes from now. But Juan, we've got to leave it there. I see Ecuador still leading Venezuela 2-1 in stoppage time, and we'll pick up on this discussion on Monday as other qualifiers are completed over the weekend. Thanks, Juan.
Not a problem. All right, guys, have a good weekend. Take care.
Yeah, Juan G. Arango. Break time. Back with more on The Zone after this.